Hello friends and welcome. I'm Mike Birmingham. In this edition we ask, is Tom Jones Tom Jones? How much sleep do we need? What are some of Hollywood's worst Irish accents? What is the value of money? We also ask, will there ever be a flying car, and see a prankster in action? Some interesting things I've found in the last week or so, and I hope you find them as well as interesting. Our brain teaser first for this edition: what breaks and never falls, and what falls and never breaks? Have a think about that one, the answer to come at the end of this Miscellany. Back in time with some vintage pictures now. And this man worked the night shift at a local factory where he was an apprentice glove cutter before finding fame. He was Tom Jones, and his first hit single in 1965 was It's Not Unusual, but it wasn't originally written for him. Tom's manager initially wanted the song to go to Sandy Shaw, but she wasn't sure about its hit potential. Probably regretted that when the song went to number one, catapulting Tom to the top of the charts and instant fame. His manager wasn't sure he wanted Tom to sing it either, but Tom persuaded him, and lucky for us that he did. From 1969 to 1971, he even had his own TV show in America, and it was an internationally successful show called This Is Tom Jones. Apparently it was worth around $9 million to him. It went on for 3 years and was broadcast on both sides of the Atlantic, even being nominated in 1969 for a Golden Globe for Best Actor. It was a variety show after all. Tom Jones, another TV series from 1980 to 81, ran for about 24 episodes, and that was also shown on both sides of the Atlantic. He also did Las Vegas for decades, where he became great friends with Elvis Aaron Presley, who was also appearing there. In more recent years, we'd know him from the UK TV show The Voice, where he was a judge there, and it aired from 2012 to 2016, and a voice coach as well. But is that his real name? No. Thomas John Woodward is his born name. He was renamed Tom Jones by his manager Gordon Mills, who had decided that would be a great name. It was exploiting the popularity of the Academy Award-winning movie starring Albert Finney in 1963 called Tom Jones. It was quite common apparently for new stars entering the scene back then to change names. Still happens today, not quite as often. Many actors and music artists do change their names to sound more anglicised, more natural to say, or indeed read. Sometimes it's their agents or managers who believe they need a more catchy name or something more easily recognisable. Tom Jones was also known as Tiger Tom from Pontypridd in Wales, of course. Health Watch now, and the question here is, how much sleep do we need? The amount of sleep an individual requires varies from person to person, but most adults average around 8 hours of sleep. Now that's a third of our lives, but sleep plays a vital role in our daily regimen, as during this dormant period it recharges and rejuvenates our weary body organs and tissues, restoring the body to an alert state. Now, factors that can influence this is a person's lifestyle and also the quality of a person's sleep as well. When we drift off to sleep, we either fall into a deep restful sleep, and one who normally requires 8 hours but sleeps shallowly will most likely awaken feeling tired. In contrast, if the same individual sleeps fewer hours but lapses into a deep sleep state, he or she may well awaken feeling refreshed and invigorated. Some people can bypass the shallow sleeping or the deep sleeping. Alexander the Great is a historical example whose military prowess may have been due in part to his ability to take a cat nap. So the average you should be aiming for is 8 hours, if you can get it. And now back in time for some Irish nostalgia. Since the release of the trailer for the upcoming movie Wild Mountain Thyme, starring Christopher Walken, Jamie Dornan and Emily Blunt, there's been an enormous backlash by critics, people and the media. about the poorly executed Irish accents. And you know things are bad when the Ireland's Leprechaun Museum chimes in with disdain. This, of course, is not a new phenomenon. Hollywood seems to have a certain mindset when it comes to the portrayal of Irish people, with sometimes comical or horrendous results, depending on your point of view on accents. So what are some of the biggest sins? Let's see. First there's Tom Cruise from 1992 and Far and Away.
Sounds divine and holy grace. We could share a pew, me and you.
In 1994, Tommy Lee Jones was Blown Away.
Listen to me, Liam McGivney. I've come to bring you a gift. It's the gift of pain, of course.
From the year 2000, Kevin Spacey in Ordinary Decent Criminal.
Morning. I'd like to make a withdrawal, please. Now is the time for a job I've been thinking about the last few months.
That same year, Brad Pitt was in the movie Snatch.
Dear what, you bought how you saw it. Hey look, it helped as much as I'm gonna hit. You see that car? I suggest you use it for you're not welcome anymore.
In 2014, Russell Crowe had a go in A Winter's Tale.
Do you spend time wondering about the world, the workings of things?
No, sir.
Right, well, better not to start now.
And naturally, the most recent Wild Mountain Thyme. You can take your pick here.
Rosemary Muldoon. Yeah! Besotted.
There's these green fields, and there's us. Whatever that is, it holds me here.
When he says those things.
Rosemary, we're known to each other quite a while now. Would you marry me?
I do like that.
The Hollywood rationale, so it seems, is that Irish accents per se are difficult to understand for the average American cinema goer. So the solution, or their solution, is to get a star to do the accent, assuming that that star's voice is already well known. Is this true?
Woman of the house, I have brought the brother home to supper.
Was that John Wayne from The Quiet Man just then? Anyway, there are many more dodgy accents out there. What would some of your choices have been? Let us know in the comments. And top of the morning to ya.
And by the way, top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you.
Now a quote from the car maker Henry Ford. Any man who thinks that he can be happy and prosperous by letting the government take care of him had better take a closer look at the American Indian. With the recent election stateside, that quote may provide some food for thoughts for some individuals. Question of the week now. Will there ever be a flying car like in Back to the Future? Well, believe it or not, there are over 100 flying car projects in development, and one of them is by a Japanese company called SkyDrive. It has carried out a successful test flight of a flying car after their vehicle lifted test driver and car several feet into the air. SkyDrive's car hovered in mid-air with a passenger inside for 4 minutes. Tomohiro Fukuzawa, the head of SkyDrive, said he hopes to have a complete product by 2023 and said if his team can increase the time the vehicle can spend in the air from 5 to 10 minutes to 30 minutes, then the project will offer great potential. The flying car uses a technology called EVTOL, which is electric vertical takeoff and landing to you and me. EVTOL, eh? That's to help it move between positions, and it's believed this will help eliminate the hassle of airports and traffic jams in the future. Any challenges? Yes. On top of increasing the airtime, there's also the battery size, air traffic control for all these cars that'll be flying around, and infrastructure issues. So we'll keep an eye on that one as it unfurls over the next few years. Should be interesting. And now to a funny video. Prank videos can be great fun at times, and here's one of a guy who decided to do just that to his poor unsuspecting wife.
Ow! Oh! Babe! Oh! Babe! Just come here, quick. Okay. I just need you to trim it.
No, Just trim it where right at the top of the finger is. Okay.
Are you sure?
Right there, quick.
Let me call somebody. Just let me call somebody.
No, don't. Use both hands because it's very thick. Okay. No. Down a little bit further. Down there.
So bad, it's gonna hurt.
No. You're gonna need to go down right. No, right there.
I'm trying.
No.
I'm trying.
Right there.
I'm trying.
Right there.
I'm trying.
Right there. Tight. Right there. Right there.
I'd say she had a few choice words for him when the camera was finally turned off. And so the answer to our brain teaser: what breaks and never falls, and what falls and never breaks? Did you get it? If not, don't worry. The answer is day breaks and night falls. Day breaks and night falls, eh? Our affirmation of the week, words of comfort, inspiration. The Beatles sang "Money Can't Buy Me Love," and they were right. Here's an age-old proverb about filthy lucre that still rings true today. With money, you can buy a house, but not a home. With money, you can buy a clock, but not time. With money, you can buy a bed, but not sleep. With money, you can buy a book, but not knowledge. With money, you can see a doctor, but not good health. With money, you can buy a position, but not respect. With money, you can buy blood, but not life. With money, you can buy friends, but not love. So you see, money is not everything in life. That quote from Anurag Prakash Ray. So a few things I've found of interest over the last while. Hope you have too. If you have any thoughts you'd like to share with us, please leave a comment below, and please share this video forward as well. It's nice to see a growing family of Miscellany watchers just like yourself. Thanks for that. Until next time, look out for one another. Thank you for watching. Be safe and be well. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
From the home studio of Michael Birmingham,